So now, if you are getting married to somebody, you must have a common address. You must know that when you get married, you are going to have a common address. If the person is living in a kiosk and you want to marry the person, you must prepare to live in the kiosk with the person. Yeah, otherwise it means you are not compatible. You are not live in the kiosk with the person, but that's where the person lives, and you are going to marry the person. And more especially for the ladies. Now, your people shall be my people. Common ties. Common ties. When you get married, especially in this part of the world, marriages don't happen just between two individuals. It happens between families. So entering into the person's life, you must ask yourself whether you are prepared to embrace the person's family as well. Because you marry a person and you marry the family as well in our part of the world. So if you don't like the family, then you must advise yourself. It means you are not compatible. You are not compatible. That includes tribe. Now, tribe issue shouldn't be an issue at all in a church. Because in Christ there is neither Greek nor Jew, nor male nor female. But all of us are not matured. And not all of us are mature Christians, and some are baby Christians. The issue of tribe also comes in. So if you are a mature Christian, you will know that tribe is not a priority. I mean, it's not a priority at all, you know. But then, if you have reservations about the tribe, it means you are not compatible. Either you convince yourself or you advise yourself. You know, now, if we are believers seriously and you have problems with tribe, it means you are not growing. If we are Christian and you see people based on their tribe, and because of your orientation, maybe somebody in your family married somebody from a certain tribe, and the person maltreated or the person did something bad to him or her. So it's a rule in your family that nobody brings an Asante man. Nobody brings an Asante woman or a Fanti or a Ga or whatever. Now, if you also go by that same rule, you know, and you believe it means that you are not mature. But if a problem with that, then advise yourself, because there's no point in getting married to a person who comes from a tribe that you don't like. You shouldn't have a problem with it in the first place. But if it is a problem for you, then you must advise yourself, and maybe it's not time for you to get married. Your God shall be my God. Common faith shall be my God. As a believer, you cannot marry an unbeliever. You cannot marry somebody from a different religion. The Christian going to marry a Muslim, over witness person, because it's like Bible says, do not be unequally yoked. And he was talking in terms of marriage. You know, do not be unequally yoked. What he meant was that, you know, in the Old Testament, when they were plowing the earth, they would put the yoke on the neck of the cow. So unequally yoked means that you will yoke a cow. There has to be two cows. So you put the yoke on the neck of the two cows like this. As they go, then the plow is attached to the yoke, and so the ground is being plowed. But if it is unequally yoked, what happens is that you take a cow, then you take, let's say, a horse, taller than a cow. So how can you yoke the two? It's unequal yoke. You know, so the unbeliever and the believer must not be unequally yoked. You must not be. Otherwise, what you produce will not be. You know, if you cross a donkey and a horse, you get a mule. And with an animal, when you go to Middle East, they have mules there, but a mule cannot give birth. So mules don't reproduce after their kind. They are just one. They are just one. You use a horse to cross a donkey, then you get a mule. But the mule is unproductive, you know. So that is what happens when you are unequally yoked with unbelievers. Then he said, where you die, I will die. Now, talking about faith, we also have different doctrinal persuasions and emphasis. Now, there are some people who believe that if you are a Christian, you must maybe worship God only on Saturdays. Somebody that is only on Sunday. I mean, you must check all these things for compatibility. If you are not prepared, you know that you are not prepared to compromise, then advise yourself. Otherwise, when you get married, there's going to be a problem. Common destiny. Where you die, I will die. Are you both going to heaven? Are you candidates of heaven? Or one is going to heaven, one is going to hell? So if one is going to heaven, one is going to hell, then it means that you don't have the same destiny. And so you must advise yourself. Now, that is about compatibility. You see, before you think of relationship, there are certain issues that must be settled. Otherwise, that's why I'm saying that courtship or relationship is not just for fun. It is leading towards marriage. You are setting that I want to marry this person. And so we are developing our relationship. We are building our marriage. It's not like, let's study each other. You don't courtship to study each other. How can you study each other? What you do, you can never know the person fully till you get married. And once the two of you know that you are studying each other, you are really studying each other. But you are studying me. I'm also studying you, so I will always put my best foot first. Yeah, so that you will always see my best foot. That's why I believe that you don't propose to a lady until you have visited her in the house. Look at that. Yes. Yeah. And you don't accept a brother from a guy until you have met his family. You have seen the home he comes from. Yeah. So we will get to that. But then, let me talk about the process. You must know this first. Men and women are different. We are not the same. In fact, we are totally different. That's why there's always a struggle. Somebody went to God and said that God said, you can make 2 requests and I will grant them. He said, okay, I have 2 requests. God said, okay, go ahead, make them. He said, okay, I will make the one which is more difficult. I will make it first. He said, okay, go ahead. He said, I want you to construct a real line from America to Ghana. And God said, anyway, it's kind of hard. This is a story. There's nothing too hard for God. So it's kind of, considering the sea and all that. But anyway, let's look at your second petition first. He said, my second one is, I want to understand women. Then God said, the real lines, how many lanes do you want? Do you want 7 lanes, 8 lanes, or 9 lanes? Because this second one is totally impossible. Because we were created differently. We are not the same. We are, and if you don't understand that, you will fight. You will fight in your marriage. If you don't understand that, you will fight in your marriage. You have many problems in marriages is because we don't understand the sexes. We don't understand how men have been designed, how women have been designed. So we'll end up fighting. Don't enter into marriage with your preconceived, understanding of or how you saw maybe your parents or those around you. No, go the biblical way, because it's not like that. It is something that God has ordained and which we should know so that we are prepared. So if you don't know that, that is an information that will harm you. And it's like men and women are completely different. Like we are from two different planets. Now in this book, there's a chapter I've titled Men Are From Light City, Women Are From Salt City. And I read the book in 98. The title of the book is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And the author was trying to state that men and women, they are completely different, from different. But I also took this from Matthew chapter 5. Jesus Christ, you are the salt of the earth. Then say you are the light of the world. And I got a revelation out of that women are more like salt, men are more like light. Got it by revelation. I've not read it anywhere. Got it by revelation that women are more like salt, men are more like light. And no wonder Jesus Christ said that if you really want to affect the world, you must become salt and light. Women, light city. Light city was like this. I came on a journey. So just picture. Okay. There was a small light city. And the city was on a hill. You know, it's a light city on a hill. And that was when men lived. So many light years ago. That was when men lived. It's a story. It's not, I'm using it, what we call allegory. So I'm using it to explain a point. The city was on a hill. They were used to uphill tasks. So their bodies were built strongly because you had to climb the hill always. That's light. Now, light city, their watchword was solution. Because light is solution. Light gives solution. When God saw that the earth was was void, without form and darkness, the first thing he did was let there be light, and there was light. So in light city, they are solution oriented. They always want to fix things. You know, they always want to fix things. So in light city, everybody is a problem solver. When a problem comes, he wants to solve it. And so they don't take advice. It's like everybody has to be a problem solver. So they don't even take advice from one another. Unless it becomes too hard and difficult, then he can take advice from. He wants to do it on his own because he has been created to be a problem solver. He's from Light City. So in Light City, they had a lot of competition. There was competition among them. They had a lot of competitive games and all that, because that is how they were designed. That is how they were designed. That is how they lived in the city. They fancy competition and then speed. So they are always in a hurry. That's why we have the speed of light. So light is treated with speed. They are always in a hurry to do something. That is how men are. Men have been created and wired to be problem solvers. They in solving problems. Love in Light City is defined as solution or providing solution. So if a man provides shelter, he provides transport, he provides food, to him, that is love. The Light City, that is how love is defined. Now, let's come to Salt City, where the women are. Salt is a compound. So those who did chemistry, that there is bonding in salt. The sodium and what? Sodium chloride. Yes. The key word in Salt City is bonding. Bonding. Women were designed to enjoy bonding. So to live with a woman, you must understand that concept. Otherwise, you cannot live with a woman. You cannot live with a woman. If you don't change that mindset, you will always have problems in marriage. If you don't know that. Because that's why they don't enjoy competition. Because they think so much of relationship that they don't want anybody to feel bad. The women don't enjoy competition. They enjoy competition in the other sense. But not like men. Like we want to compete. Women compete without showing. But men, they compete, by showing. Because in Light City, you have to take the score when you achieve something. So like you have to take the score. I've achieved this, I've achieved that. So then, they enjoy relationship. They enjoy bonding. It is not uncommon in Light City to find people gathered in groups, or giggling, or maybe crying together, like sympathizing, pity party. In Light City, that would be considered as a waste of time. Because you always have to go on the go, solve problem, projects. you solve this problem, the next you solve this problem. But in Soul City, they take delight in just sitting down there, just relaxing in each other's presence, just talking, just conversing, just giggling. That's women for you. I remember when I was teaching Sunday school, KG children. I went to class one day. Then the boys had gathered at a place around a video deck that we were going to use, and they were, touching the gadgets and all that, and they were arguing, and then the girls who had gathered somewhere and they were giggling, conversing. So naturally, I went closer to the girls. So I went there and they were talking about a guy, and one of the boys, it's an old thing, it's not new. It's an old thing. That thing, it's old. It's an old nature. They were gathered at a place. They were talking about the guys, one particular guy. They said that the guy, he likes girls too much. These are 4 to 6 year olds. So they said he likes girls too much. So then later on, I asked them. They told me that it's like he's in love with them. At that stage, they don't know about love, but that girl was watching one of the soap operas, and then she was, relating what the guy was doing to what two characters were doing in the soap opera. Okay, so women are different from men, and men think, women feel. Because women are feelers. If you want to get to the heart of a woman, don't go with logic. They are not logical, they are relational. So you must relate. You must not. That's why sometimes you say that a man tells man, someone tells man, you. That's how they have been made to be relational. If you want to get to the heart of a woman, it's not about facts and logic. It's about relationship. That's why sometimes you will see a guy and you will see a lady falling for a guy that you think that this guy there. But the woman, even maybe the guy may be a very bad person, logically say that this woman should never, or this guy is very irresponsible, the woman should never follow the guy. But the guy knows how to touch her heart. That is why when you are relating to women, things like mentioning their names, complimenting them, they are particular about that, complimenting them, telling them that their dress is beautiful and their hair is beautiful, remembering their birthdays, giving them surprise calls. Yeah, that is women for you. Yeah, some of the guys, even their own birthdays, they forget. I know one guy. Every year, I remind him of. Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and every year I call him. I say, "Be round, hey, be real." So now, if and you want to be, you are going to frustrate the lady, and it means that you are not. You must be relational. You must be somebody who can converse. Before I got married, I have time to sit down. I didn't like talking. It was bothered to me, and I was so quiet that I could lean against a pillar like this. Yeah. So even before I got married, my parents were worried. But how can he? Because it's like he's always quiet. I was always quiet against a wall, standing there like this, with my Walkman in my ear, listening to tape. But I read, and they taught me that take that attitude into marriage. You are going to destroy your marriage. So that I learned how to converse. At first, when my wife is talking to me, sometimes by the time she finishes, I'll be then. Then so I realized that I learned how to converse with the woman. There are some they are naturally good at that. That one too. If you are not married yet, because if you don't take it, you lead some women when they see that they are attracted. All the guys that women are talking to them, they are people who they know how to converse. They know the lady, like every lady be treated special, and of God created them to be special. So have a right to desire, to demand that. That's why even every lady is supposed to be a queen, and they cannot be. So when around, and one queen is also around, there will be fight, battle of the eyes, to fight. Sometimes women can use their eyes to fight. Yes, you can never understand. See that they always want to be treated because they are God's last born, so they have to be pampered. Be pampered. Now if you understand that basic thing, that creates problems when you get married. Some men believe that the way to deal with the woman at her, to be listening to her, it's like, oh, I know one man after service, and that man, his popular phrase was, now if you are somebody who you're not ready for marriage, I'm telling you that women are not ready for marriage. Because take a comparable companion. He didn't create a less inferior companion. Before you can get your Eve or your Garden of Eden woman, you must be some mind that appreciates women. Like them. Some men think that women are that thing. They look at sex. It's also a sickness. If you are like that, it means you are not ready. I said it's also a sickness because you only see women and the only sex. Not that you see them in terms of their sex, in terms of their sex. A woman is a human being, somebody you can with. So just see them as such and learn how to. That's from men and for women. Men are oriented. They are task oriented. Women are people oriented. So in marriage, the reason why a lot of marriages, I'm telling you a secret, of marriages are suffering because of poor sex life. Oh yes, I'm telling you, and I'm going to explain and link. Yeah, the Christian marriages. I was talking to a group of newly married couples. They were people who have been married and five, and I was invited to come and speak to them about. So when I went, it was normal. Go to the area of sex. Come and see. People start coming out. People are not getting more because it's like mindset is taken to sex. I'm not about sex because you are not married. I'm talking about it in the context of marriage because I'm just touching on it. It's like this. The way a man responds to sex is different response to sex. A man is ready for sex at any time. At any time, what he needs is some little by seeing or thinking. Once he's able to have an erection, he's ready for sex. Yes, that is how men are. To men, sex is not emotional, it's physical. It's something that is part of it. It's not. But a woman can undress for her. It really means that she really loves. Listen to me, what I'm saying. No, listen, don't get me wrong, hey, I beg you. Let me repeat. What I'm saying is that before you can get a rest, it means that women have genuine fondness or like or love. It means that she's otherwise you can't get her to do that. But for a man, the fact that a man sleeps with you doesn't mean he lacks emotional attachment to you. A man can sleep with you without any emotional attachment. If he forget when he did the thing, he can forget it. But a woman will never forget. The woman has emotional attachment. That when relationships break and there's sex in it, the women, they suffer more, not the men. Because for the man, there was sex in the relationship. It was just a physical pleasure. There was no emotional attachment. But the emotional attachment, so her heart was in it. That's what men are feelers. When a woman is cooking food for you, and when she's cooking, adding ingredients, cooking with her heart. It's like she's She's thinking about you and cooking for you. Yeah. That is why if you don't eat, then they are offended. It is out of her heart that she's doing it. But a man can cook for you. I mean, a man can cook for you. There is no, you see, there's a cow in women. And it's like, what happens is that because women are created to be, they like bonding. Age bonding is released. It releases endomorphins in the brain. Now, endomorphins, the ability to relax and soothe the brain, when the woman is excited. When the woman is breastfeeding the baby, and the baby is sucking her breast, and the chemical is released. So as the baby looks at the bonding is created. That is why women bond easily with children. Having sex, and she gets to that chemical is released. It goes to the brain. So man's heart, everything is in the act. So she remembers the act. She relives it. Amen. So that's why sex, when the woman is the one who suffers more. That's why they always end up in mental homes. That's a relationship. Because endomorphin was released. So because of the way they are, if you don't know how to relate with them to marriage, you are going to cause a lot of problems. For instance, when a woman will tell you, I'm hungry, you know how she will say it? Because, are you hungry? She will not say, I'm hungry. She will say, are you hungry? Then she wants to say, I'm hungry. Yeah, and sometimes when a woman is talking about her problems to you, she's not looking like, hey, to the traffic and today and this. I say, any. No. What's she's looking for. Yes. So when she says that and you say, oh, giving you formula. So when you say those things, like really, you understand me. They always want understanding. He understands me. He knows what I'm talking about. He's in my shoes. So not looking for solutions all the time. Most of the time, you're looking for understanding and sympathy. Oh, sorry. But in Soul City, they like bonding. In Soul City, they like bonding. It's like, they always want to be together, always conversing. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes like this. The woman wants you to spend all the day with her. It's not like it looks like that. It looks like that, But there has to be a balance. But this one, I'm just letting you know the nature so that you know. Now, men are from Life City. What makes men tick is admiration. Men want to be admired because every man has an ego. Want their ego to be tickled, and they want admired. So the man thrives on admiration. Admiration is like giving fans. That's why women are always cheerleaders. They are always cheering the men, and the men are doing all the dirty job. It's like even in Bible times, the woman will stay at home. The men will go to the battle, get all the cuts and the bruises and the blows and all that. What the women do is they will just stay there and they say, Saul's scale is 1,000, but David tens of thousands. They will be cheering them up. When you do that, the man becomes a man. Relationship, or you are in marriage and your husband, you are always deflating his ego. He will never be happy. If you don't beef him up, a little, tell him about his qualities that you like, leadership qualities, like bravery, something he did that would show bravery. Say, you are bold, though. It was strong. It's like, hey, you are wise. One day my wife told me something. We were in court. She said that, he said, can look at your face and insult you is a witch. If somebody is able to look at your face, insult you, the person has an evil spirit. Because he said that because when you know you have to go. And when she said that, my head was getting bigger and bigger. That is admiration. Yeah, and truly, my wife has never insulted me before. Never. And I've never insulted her before. We married 10 years. Only 10 years. No insult. But a time that we were even not talking to each other. You can ask her, I don't, whether for 5 minutes or 1 hour, for 10 years. So I'm talking about how you can be compatible. So admiration, that's what men want. Now, I was talking about the response. So like, the reason I was saying that a lot of marriages are breaking because of lack of understanding of the individual, the differences between the sexes. Because even in the area of sex, it's like the man is ready at all times, okay? But the woman will have to be brought to a place where she's ready. I'm not going to details. If you're about to get married and you're about 2 weeks to your wedding, then you come and I teach you 1 or 2 techniques, Yes, I can really, really teach you that one. Yeah, but now I'm not going to give you this, but I'm going to tell you that the woman has to be prepared for the act. What happens is that some men, when they are ready, then they go and they jump on their wives like a hawk that is catching a chicken. The woman is frustrated. So even that one can lead to a break. So understanding the sexes is very important. Understanding is very important. Know how, when I was somebody yesterday that when a car is passing by, the woman sees the car, imagines herself, if she likes the car, or maybe a popular person is passing by. Popular person is passing by. The woman just imagines that I'm in the car. And I'm at the front seat, and I'm receiving all the cheers and all the waves. She will not think about it. She just thinks about what she wants. She feels it. Like somebody is preaching, then the woman said, I imagine myself as the wife of this man of God. Yeah. And she just imagines that she's the wife. Some people even entered relationships in their mind. So they are in a relationship with you, but you don't know. That is how powerful the woman is, how God created her to be. Okay? So you must know that if you don't know these things, there are times in the life of a woman where she even becomes irritable or easily angered. Not because she's bad, but because at the time of the man, she's going through what we call premenstrual tension. Now, if you're a guy, you don't know this. If you don't know this, you cannot, and sometimes their moods change. Some of the mood swings are caused by demons, but some of them are natural. They are natural. Their moods can change. So if you know that, then you can adjust. Then you can know how to, for instance, if your wife is pregnant, for instance, her taste changes, just haphazardly. It's not even consistent. Today she had a desire for maybe banana. The next day is for coconut. It's for this. I remember when my wife was pregnant for the first time. She said that, hey, I feel like eating banana. Then, jump in the car. And I crack and to the yaba. As soon as she can, she said, I don't feel like I want orange. So one day I said that, she said, I want banana. I said, sit in the car. Let's go. So that if we get there, your mind changes, then we can change it there. I will not go and come back and then go. So if you don't know that that's how they are, you are going to find problems with them. And a man too, every man was prepared to be a teacher. Men hate to be taught. That's why sometimes when they're even losing or missing the direction, and you try to advise, they'll say, I know. Meanwhile, he doesn't know. And you see that the guy is completely lost. But he will do this and do that. Even sometimes asking for direction is a problem. The one will say, say, oh, young because men were created to be teachers. And the most painful thing is to tell that he doesn't know anything. If you are in a relationship and you keep on bringing your guy down, you are losing him. You keep on bringing him down. Whatever he does, you don't encourage, you don't admire. You don't admire whatever he does. Sometimes even when he's sharing things about his future, I will do this, I will do that. Encourage him. Even though they may be ambitious, encourage him. Oh yes, you can do it. Oh, but dear, it's so good because one person then you see that his head is big. Now when you do that, then you also get into his heart. Okay. Now, let me quickly the man was created to be a gatekeeper and the woman a homekeeper. It's created to be a gatekeeper, meaning that the man is supposed to stand. I'm talking about spiritual things, not that. Supposed to stand at the gate of the family. The woman is the one who manages the home environment. If you have a beautiful home, a lot depends on the woman. When the woman is in a good mood, the whole atmosphere of the home is good. When the woman is in a bad mood, the whole atmosphere is bad. Okay. The man is supposed to be the gatekeeper. In that you stand at the gate, you are the leader, the one with the vision, the one who is standing against the attacks of the enemy, who is giving direction to the home. So, before a man gets married, you must have all these qualities. You must be spiritually mature. Otherwise, you are heading for disaster. Spiritual growth and relationship, they go together. If you are not spiritual, some people think that you can just become born again and within some few months then you propose to a lady. No, you are going to behave like an unbeliever. You must grow spiritually till you get to a point where you are mature enough to even be able to stand and to even defend somebody from being attacked by the devil. Otherwise, you always put your family at risk because you are not spiritually mature. Now, it's the man who must teach the woman. Because when God was telling Adam that he shouldn't eat the tree, Eve was not around. It was Adam who taught Eve that God said we shouldn't eat this tree. And he even added, he said we shouldn't even touch it. God never said they shouldn't touch it. He said don't eat. But Adam maybe told Eve that because he didn't want Eve to even think about it. He said, oh, don't even touch it. So the man must teach the woman. So in a relationship, you must be the one who is the spiritual leader. Those men who will say, hey, no. You, the man, must hold the woman in prayer. So if you're a woman, don't marry somebody who is less mature spiritually. Somebody who is more mature than you. Somebody, yes, because if you're a woman and you are the one who is at the, you see, there are a lot of times when the man is there and the woman is at the forefront fighting all the spiritual battles, a lot of casualties take place. Because they are not meant to stand at the forefront. They are meant, when you go to the forest, there are some trees that must have direct contact with the sun in order to flourish and to grow well. There are other trees, they flourish under shade. So those that flourish under shade, if you expose them to the sun, you are going to kill them. Men flourish when they are exposed to the sun. Women flourish under shade. You must have a covering, sexually mature to cover you. Otherwise, you are heading for trouble. So the more spiritual you are, the more your husband must be more spiritual. So don't think that I'm just entering church guy. I know he's not a church going type. Oh, but he's cool. He has money. He takes care of me. He's okay. He's cool. But he said that he doesn't like going to church. But I know that when we get married, he will change. Liar, liar, liar. He will not change. He will not change. Don't marry thinking that what is prevailing now will change. It will not change. That's a deception. Oh, guy, he has some habits that, they are not very good. Like occasionally he's going to club, and then he smokes a little, drinks, but he's not a drunkard. Social is like, he now, well, he's like outgoing, and he doesn't know about stuff and these things, and he's not okay. If you are also like that, fine. But if you are not like that, then advise yourself. Let me end with this, and I'm ending with some question. I'm taking you on a journey now. So how do you locate you reach the one? You see, I'll start by saying that you must marry your friend. You must marry. Friendship is very important. Marriage is not about role playing. I'm playing the role of a husband. I'm playing my duty is just to take care of my husband, give him sex, food, and whatever. No, that's not. No. You marry a friend. So friendship is very important. Before you propose to somebody, before you accept a proposal, you must be friends with the person. Select from a number of very good friends. Because you are friends and you enter into the marriage, the friendship is what will serve as a reference point and as a revival point of the marriage. Because friends, they make good couples. Marry your friend. That's why it is very bad to propose to a lady after seeing her for 2 weeks or some few weeks. I'll propose to you. You must rather propose friendship first. I want to be your friend. Can I be your friend? Because we have about 4 levels of friendship. We have that where the person is hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi. We have friends where the person is okay, closer a little bit. They are good friends. We have very good friends. And you have best friend. Jesus Christ had 70 people who were acquaintances. They were just there, members of his church. Then he had 12 people who were good friends. 12 apostles. They were good friends. How he related with the 12? He was with them. He taught them more things than he taught the 70. He spent more time with the 12 than the 70. Then out of the people who were very good friends, PJJ, Peter, James, and John, they were very good friends of Jesus. You know why? You know how we know? Certain places he went to only the 3, like Jairus' home to raise Jairus' daughter, like the Mount of Transfiguration. Or even at the Garden of Gethsemane, he went with the 12. Then he left them behind, took the 3, went further with the 3, then left them behind, then went further alone. That's leadership. The leader is always one step ahead of his followers. So if you're a man, you are the leader, you must be a step ahead of your wife. The man is the leader, not the woman. So if you're something's going to happen in your house, you must be able to see it and tell your wife, this will happen. Let's pray. That's how even your wife will even respect your spirituality. So their wife don't respect their spirituality. If their wife don't take them. Because you have never been able to say anything to her, teach her or say anything that warn her of something that's coming, which has come to pass, for her to know that, you too can hear from God. So I say working with you. The very good friends, Jesus gave them pet names. He called Simon Peter. He called James and John, Boanerges, sons of thunder. They were close to him. He was giving them nicknames. They were the only ones it was reported that he entered their houses. To Peter's house, pray for his mother-in-law. Then James and John, their mother, came to Jesus and said, I have a petition from you. I know that you are going to become king. When you become king, let my two sons, one sit on your right, one sit on your left. So these three people, they had encounters with their families. So at a very good friend stage, you begin to know the family of the person. You know the person's family. Not into details, but then generally, you know about the person's family. Then John was the best friend. At the Last Supper, he was leaning on Jesus' bosom. Now, homosexuals are beginning to say that that's famous. John was the best friend, laying on Jesus' bosom during the Last Supper. So out of the 70, the one who laid on his bosom was one, John. It is that person that you married. The person ends up becoming your best friend. Or he's your friend, you know him. Never accept a proposal from somebody who is not a friend. You don't know him. He just pops up to propose. He's looking for sex. Or maybe he doesn't know. So you suggest friendship first. Oh, I rather prefer with friends. But I don't know you. But if he really is interested in you, he will accept that he wants to be a friend. Yeah. So friendship is very important. Now, when you are friends, that's the time that you use to do all the background checks. Because you are friends. Because you are friends, the guy is not, he hasn't put on any defense around him. His guard is down. The lady too has not put any defense around her. She's not hiding anything because you are just friends. You are friends. So that's the time that you really know who the person is. Because when you are with friends and you are relaxed, your true nature shows. As you begin to assess compatibility, you think about the person's spiritual background, you get to know. You get to know about the person's health status. People don't take that thing seriously. You propose to somebody, you must know the person's health status. Even if you've heard God audibly. Because sometimes only in marriage that people make mistakes when they say, I heard God. I didn't hear God. Because even if you heard God, these are fundamental or standard routine that you must follow. You check health status. Genotype, very important. You must for genotype. Are you AS? Are you A? Are you SS? What about him? Is he AS? If you are SS, he's ASS. You have 1 out of 4 chances of your children becoming SS. You wouldn't want to. You would want to avoid that situation. I've come to a point where it's like now you give birth to your children and you have to spend all your time at the hospital. Now, some of that I will believe that I'll have faith and I'll believe that our children will not have SS. Well, use that faith to change the genotype first. Use that faith to change it from AS to SS. Rather than saying that when I marry, I will not give birth to SS. SS people are also normal people, and some of them live very long. I know one man of God, powerful man of God, he's SS. I know one lawyer, a clear here, is SS. She's SS. She's a lecturer and a lawyer as well. They take care of themselves very well. They take their drugs, everything, and they have faith. Everything will be fine. But don't take the chances. So you must assess yourself. Health status. Does he or she have a disease that is like an incurable disease that I must live with? You must know that. Check the faith background of the person. The background of the person. I'm saying that me as a personal rule, this one is not Bible. It's not Bible. It's not anything. It's just a personal rule. You don't propose if you have not been to the person's house before. It's like taking something in the dark. You must get to know. So whilst you are friends, you get to know all these things about the person. Because friends use conversing. Through conversation, many things about the person's family, about how the person behaves, what the person believes, his or her perception about ministry, about God, about a lot of things in general. You will see from conversation, the moment you say that, let's study each other so that we get married, a lot of things you will not know. And the moment sex comes in, that one is even worse. A lot of things you will not, because anytime you meet, you will focus on each other. You're thinking about it. After conducting all this background investigation, you convince yourself. For instance, in the book I was talking about, put on your Bluetooth. Put on your Bluetooth. Now, if you put on your Bluetooth, you be located, or you can locate easily. Just put on your Bluetooth and you'll be found. There is no need for a woman to be anxious. Don't be anxious. That you will be found. And don't be too anxious that if I don't grab, somebody will grab. No. If that happens, it means that the person is not yours to start with. Because Adam was asleep when his wife was brought to him. He was relaxing. There was no anxiety. So when I put on your Bluetooth, I mean, work on yourself. Don't go looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. No, be the Mr. Right, be the Mrs. Right. And Mrs. Right will come. Now get on your Bluetooth. Now I'm going to say for the men and then for the women, how do men turn on their Bluetooth? The Bible is in Matthew 13, verse 34. Jesus gave a parable, and he said that the kingdom of God is like a merchant. Matthew 13:45, sorry. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Now, turn on your Bluetooth. I compare the man to a merchant and the woman to a pearl of great price. The godly woman, the Bible says, her price is above rubies, which is a pearl of great price. The man is a merchant. Now, take note of this. The man is not a tourist. He's a merchant. A tourist is somebody who goes for sightseeing. A merchant is a serious-minded, business, profit-oriented person. So when a merchant is transacting business, he's serious. A tourist is somebody who goes seeing things, touching things, and goes window shopping, just observing things. A merchant is focused. So if you are a man and you become a merchant, you are going to attract a pearl. If you become a tourist, you will attract a stone. And you cannot see God. You are going to attract what is in your heart. At the stage where you want to make a choice, the one you will choose will be a reflection of your inner desires and what you want, what you really desire. So if you can work on yourself, then the one you choose will be a reflection of who you are. So the merchant knows these days what happens is that some people are tourists. They come to church as merchants. Come to church, they dress like merchants. Come to church, they come to find pearls in church. You know that stones also who come to church as pearls. And so the fake merchants will meet the fake pearls. And all merchants will meet the real pearls. If you are somebody who is a Christian but you do clubbing and those stuff, and you come to church looking for a nice lady, somebody who is pure and all that to marry, you will not get. You will not get. You will get somebody who is also in the church, who is also a club girl. Get married, and the two of you spend time clubbing. I know two people who were club people. They were club people, but we were in church. And they got married. When they got married, it got to a point that the girl became pregnant. So when the guy is going to the club, he will leave the girl behind. Then when the guy is going to meet his friends, then the friends will be telling him, I want you who do we do a child? Who do we do a child then? Gradually then, started leaving the girl behind, and then before they realized the marriage was broken. Yes, because the guy started going after other girls. Just the first one then. So the pearl, the Bible says that if a man finds a wife, 15:22, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He didn't say he who finds a woman finds a good thing. Talking about a man, a wife, and God. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and a favor from the Lord. So a man, a wife, and God. Now, that takes us to Genesis. Because in the Garden of Eden, there was a man, a wife, and a God. Which means that if you find your wife in the garden, you will have a Garden of Eden marriage. If you find your wife or your husband outside the garden, you will have outside of the garden marriage. So I want to look at Genesis and let you know quickly certain things that Adam had in place, so that you know when you are ready for marriage of a merchant. As part of preparations for marriage, you must resolve spiritual and personal conflict. And to marriage with a spiritual marriage. Don't you marry with spiritual. If you have an issue of spiritual marriage, seek deliverance and help before you attempt marriage. Otherwise, you will not enjoy the marriage. I do somebody, and she had an issue of spiritual marriage, and to the extent she could, when she sleeps, spirits can sleep with her. Some of their male organ is fire. Use it to sleep with them. Some of them have extra male organs. Choose the one on them, then they're holding the other one to the other one to. She will wake up and she's up to something else. She didn't do with it. It got to a point. When she got married, realized that the ones who do it in the spirit, they do it better than the one who does it in the natural. So she started yearning for the one in the spirit. I can't just wait to go and sleep. So I experienced that experience. So started having that. Sometimes so that even she even sleeps even in the afternoon. Because times she sleeps, the guys will come. Just so that she will have that experience. Because she didn't deal with the spiritual marriage. I'm talking about that. Then it got to a point. She started desiring outside. She prayed with children. Started desiring people outside the marriage. She was living with men. A lot of men. Some of them Catholic priests. Yeah. Then she came for help finally. For help finally. Then she was prayed for. Now, if you have an issue of spiritual marriage, I deal with it. It can affect your marriage. There are some people, when they are having sex with their spouses, they have to connect with their ex before they can get satisfaction. If you have soul tie, if you have had sex before, make sure you go through soul tie cleansing. Yeah, sure you renounce and break all soul ties so that you can be free. Otherwise, you will go into marriage. Your mind will still be, especially the one who took your virginity. Usually, it's for the women who suffer like that. There are some men too. They have to contact with their ex before they can engage sex in marriage. If you will marry, then make up your mind that you are going to enjoy sex in marriage. Otherwise, the marriage will not help you. And if you don't enjoy sex in marriage, it will affect everything you do, including ministry. So don't joke with them. Don't think that they are carnal issues of, they are not spiritual. They are very spiritual. Marriage is very spiritual. If you don't know, I'm telling you, even increases your anointing. You don't know. So there are 5 things that Adam had. Okay, we can't go through all. But the first one is worship. They are all W. There are 5 W's to check, to see. whether you are ready for marriage. The first one is worship. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to tend and to keep it. So God put Adam in Eden, which symbolizes the presence of God. He didn't put Adam in Ethiopia or in Egypt or in Afghanistan. He put Adam in Eden, which symbolizes the presence of God. The first thing that must be intact is your relationship with God. Get that one straightened out. Get that one growing. Be serious with that one. I've talked a lot about that. The second worship is work. Genesis 2:15. And God told Adam that, he said he put man in the Garden of Eden to tend and to keep it. That is work. Now, it stands for purpose. It stands for assignment. It stands for destiny. Work is not necessarily a job. It means vision. It means you know exactly what God is asking you to do. That you are going to be in the ministry. You know that you are not going to be in ministry. You are going to be a very good Christian, but you are not. You are going to be called into ministry of a sort. You know which area God is asking you. You know you are going to be a missionary. You know you are going to be a martyr. Now, if you know you are going to be a martyr, then you don't have to think about marriage. Otherwise, you are going to worry somebody. There was who kept on saying that, me, I know I will die in Iraq. I know I will die in Afghanistan. I want to die for Jesus. I want to die for Jesus. Now, he got married at the age of 26 and died at the age of 31. And he was a man of God. He died mysteriously because maybe he was a martyr, or maybe his own confession. I know I will die. I know I don't have I don't have long life. I know I don't live here for long. You know, I was listening to Miles Monroe, his first message that he preached outside his country. He said that one thing I know about my life is that it's very short, so I don't waste time. So maybe he knew that his life was short. So if you matter, don't go and worry somebody. If you know you have been called to be single, don't worry somebody. You know, like John Wesley. John Wesley was somebody who shouldn't have married at all. He married, and he had problems in his marriage. Before he died, before his wife died, they had been separated for 20 years. And when his wife died, it was after 6 months that he got to know that his wife was dead. Because he was so consumed with what he was doing, to the extent that sometimes he would just jump on the horse, go, and then be preaching. Before he realized, he said, I've left a wife at home. Such a person should not worry, should not marry, so that you will live single, so that you can also that the one who is single is mindful of the things of the Lord. But if you marry, then you must know that you must balance yourself. Now, work. Then walk. Walk. The Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die. That is the walk. How you walk as a single man is very important in knowing that you are ready. You see, sexual pressure should never be a reason for relationship or marriage. That let each one have his own wife for the sake of fornication. That one is there. But sexual pressure, being under pressure sexually, it is not a foundation for marriage. It doesn't mean that you are ready for marriage. So you must control your sexual edge and be completely relaxed. In fact, one of the signs that you are ready for marriage is that you are not anxious. You are not anxious. If you are in a hurry to get married, you are not ready for marriage. You completely relax. Relax. Like Adam was asleep and his wife was brought to him. You must all be asleep. Don't be anxious. Now, you walk as a single man. You walk in purity. Sexual purity. I was telling somebody today that when we talk about holiness or purity, we have a lot of things. But particularly, if you want to, I'll tell you that if you want to do ministry, then sexual purity is number one. You know, I know that it's not only sexual or sexual immorality that is a sin. I know that lying is a sin, stealing is a sin, but I'm focusing on sexual purity. If you are a single person, a man, and you have problems with sexual purity, then seek help and rather spend time working on that rather than rushing into relationship. You will have a problem. You will get a problem. You will get a problem. So the work, then warfare. The other W is warfare. You see, if you meditate on this, you realize that these are the things that make the Christian life. Yeah. Warfare. You see, God told the man that he should keep tent and keep the garden. The phrase to keep it means to protect it. Because there was an enemy in the garden. There was an enemy around. The devil was already there. So God said, you must keep. That's why I said, subdue the earth. You must keep the garden, protect it. Now, warfare talks about responsibility, taking responsibility. You see, when you are married, you must be ready to be able to stand at the gate and talk to the devil. Stand at the gate and prophesy to the situation. Stand at the gate of your house. Because you see, if you are a husband, you are a king, a priest, and a prophet. Present your family before God as a priest. Represent God before your family as a prophet. Then you rule as a king on the force of darkness against your family. So if you don't have these things, you are not ready for marriage. That's why spiritual maturity is a sign that you are also ready, because marriage is not something that is light, it's heavy. So develop your spiritual life first. Then you know that you are ready for marriage. Then wealth. There was gold in the Garden of Eden. Genesis 2:12. Wealth means that you have a potential for wealth, something that will give you money. You are in school, or you are in a trade, or you are doing something that you get money. The five W's, when they are in place, then it means that now the sixth W, which is woman, can come. So that it's not good for man to be alone. God said that when all these things were in place, these things are not in place, then it is good for you to be alone. In place, then be alone. If you do, your worship is not intact, your work, your warfare, your wealth, then be alone. When all these things are intact, then expect woman to come. Now, okay, let me quickly give you types of women who can never attract a merchant. There are some men, they can never attract a man who is a merchant. They can only attract tourists. A woman, an immoral woman, cannot attract a merchant. A woman who doesn't believe that sex before marriage is a sin. She doesn't believe that it's a sin. She doesn't value purity or morality. She doesn't think that, oh, after all, if I give my body to him, after all, we're going to get married. What is it? You will not attract somebody who is focused, who is serious-minded, who is a merchant. You can have a tourist, not a merchant. A contentious woman. Proverbs 25:24. Contentious woman. A woman who can rain insults at you, who can fight with you, who can insult you. That woman is not a woman who can attract a merchant. Some women, they can speak harshly to you. No, even now that you are just in a relationship, she tells you from. Now you must prepare for slaps. Because anything that happens in a relationship, when you get married, it will multiply by 2. If your man beats you in a relationship, when you get married, he may kill you. Yeah, so I believe that if a man is abusive, let him go. If your man beats you in a relationship, don't marry him. He doesn't know what a woman is. He beats you in a relationship, and you marry him, so he will change. He will not change. If a woman slaps you in a relationship, you said she will change. You marry and you get a Akosia Rambo or a fair Schwarzenegger that you see. A naive and ignorant woman. Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing. Okay, ignorance, naive. Now, naive means that you are not on top of issues. Like we are supposed to be as harmless as doves. We are not supposed to be stupid. We are supposed to be as wise as serpents. So naivety and meekness, they have got nothing in common. The fact you are meek doesn't mean you must be naive. You must be smart. You must be able to read between the lines. You may not indulge in certain things, but you must know what goes on. If you are a lady and a guy starts making advances and you just don't know or you don't understand what he's doing, it means you are naive. It means you are naive. I mean, you must know where the guy is going. If you are prepared to sacrifice that temporary pleasure for something, sacrifice your whole future for some temporary pleasure, it means you are naive. So not attract a merchant. You attract tourists, but a tourist doesn't have time to spend with you. The tourist just goes for sightseeing. So after he has seen you, he'll go to see something else because a tourist. Woman who is in a harlot's attire. Proverbs 7:10. And there a woman met him with the attire of a harlot and a crafty heart. A harlot is a prostitute. And a woman who is in a harlot's attire is a woman who dresses like a prostitute, who dresses seductively. You will not attract a merchant. You see, you can always get a man to take you out, but it's difficult getting a man to take you in. Everyone can take you out when you are dressed seductively, but don't get a man to take you in to the altar if you are dressed like that. Like you are, and you expose yourself to men. You will not attract a merchant. You attract a tourist because for tourists they go for sightseeing, so they will want to see the breast and other part. So you expose them, then they see. After they've seen it, used it, they will leave you. But for the merchant, every woman must be hidden because a pearl is hidden. You don't stumble upon gold. You must dig to locate gold. The more you keep yourself, the more you become expensive. The more your man will rush after you to get you. And when he gets you, he will hold you well. You see, this is your man. He will be rushing for you. You will be rushing for him. So any man that you are rushing after is not your husband. Any man that you are running after, he is not your husband. Don't waste your time. Because if he marries you, he will not value you. Who is running after you? He is the one who is your husband. Because the one chases the other. Is the male that chases the female, not the other way around. One who lacks discretion. Who lacks discretion? Proverbs 11:22. A woman who lacks discretion, a woman who is not discreet, she doesn't have management skills. Women are naturally, they are natural managers. Yes, women can manage things because salt preserves. They know how to preserve, know how to save, know how to keep things. If you are industrious, you know how to work things out. A woman can get just kebab and she can work something with a kebab. Just the kebab, you work something. Because that's how they are managers. Women are managers, men are leaders. So you need to know how to manage home. How to keep your things, neatness and all that. Yeah, that one you all know. But then there's another thing. It's like you must be hospitable. You must be friendly. Because if you are a woman, your husband's friends will have to feel comfortable with you. So you must learn. If you are somebody who is always funny, learn to smile. Learn to smile always, so that at least you can brighten the environment. Learn to smile. Sometimes some people naturally their face, they've made their face some way, but naturally now a cow, but you can change and you can learn. Learn to be more sociable, more friendly with with the guys, don't look down on any guy, no matter how you see him. Once a cousin of mine came to me, and this long ago, the year 99, she had a guy. At that time, the guy had finished Cape. The guy didn't have anything. All was one coat to be over. He always come with a coat, and he would come with chocolates, and he was trying to win this my cousin. And so she asked me, said, what do you think? I said, don't look at today, look at tomorrow. And I showed her one or two things. He married the guy. The guy was a very serious Christian, in the same church. I knew him in the youth ministry. I said, think about it. He doesn't have anything now. Think about the heart. There are some people, they don't have anything now, but they have something in the future. If you look like this man, a prophet, he said that he went to propose to a lady, and he stammers. So he said that when he went there, he told the lady, the lady said, oh, then the lady said, oh, no red shoe. And said he had one red shoe. He said, you and your red shoe. The lady didn't marry him. Now the lady sees a book and is like, wow. Somebody, very prominent man of God in this city. The first woman he proposed to, the woman said, no, you are too short. And so he didn't marry him. Now the woman got married to another person. Now the woman is not enjoying the marriage. And now this man is all over the place. So don't look at today. Today you might have nothing. Look at the heart of the person. Whether the person has vision, he has something. You see, he has vision. He has something. Life is not all about physical things. Look at spiritual things too. The person has vision. He has anointing. He's anointed. He has character. Because when the issues of life you have faced, it's not your macho or your money that can save you. You don't look at the person's. Sometimes I want a guy who is this or that. It's not, those things will not help you. When life gets to challenges, you don't even think about your guy's mustache and beard. No. You are thinking about somebody who can speak to situation and say, be calm. Who can speak to you and you'll be at peace. Somebody who will like you and will not go for other women. So that over tetis or and so tete. If you open piano, I am to gym. Who's a man on who now we have to show because you don't trust the guy. Because one case a guy and I won't trust it. It's just that we was getting our over. These are women look at money and those things. Don't look at that. You see, there are some people don't look at say, oh, this guy is doing this course, is doing that course. It's not about the course you do. I know somebody who did classics, study of Greek mythology and all that. He's now a bank manager. Classics. Somebody did Latin. He's also working in a multinational corporation. He did Latin. The course you do. Those things are not necessary. Look at heart issues. Look at spiritual issues first. And believe God. God will work it out. Now, for the guy, before you open your mouth to propose, commit it to the Lord. Pray, commit your ways to the Lord. Give to God that He should reveal the person to you through a dream or vision. God may do that, but that's not how He does things always. So don't say that I want to see the person in a vision. God, give me the person in a vision. Or give me the person in a vision. No. Lead me. And God will choose how He leads you. And that God will lead you by letting the person walk straight into your life. The person will walk straight into your life. Sometimes you can see a vision. But even visions, you must be careful. Submit to mature counsel. You must alert your spiritual parents about your intention to enter into a relationship leading towards marriage. This is very important. First of all, it will make you accountable right from the beginning. Very healthy. And he can also back you in prayers and give you wisdom. You must mature counsel. And don't marry anybody that your spiritual parent wants you. Natural parents wants you against. Don't marry. You see, right now you may not see. You may say, oh, I'm in love. No. You see, your parent, even your natural parent, if they reject somebody, reject. Now, not that they reject the person because of certain things, but they reject the person because they said that person is not a good person. Not because he doesn't have money, or he's not a banker, so reject him. Or he's from this tribe, so reject him. No, those things are immature. The person said, the way this guy, he came and he spoke, the guy, I think about the guy. He was going to marry a girl. He went to the girl's home. When he went, they were talking to the mother, then he took his leg and put the leg on the center table like this. And talking to the mother allowed him to marry the girl. He doesn't have respect. But that one too, sometimes it depends on the person's training. Because seriously, if you come to my house, and come see my daughter, and then you put your leg on the center table, someone like me, I'll have patience for you, and I'll teach you. But somebody may not have patience. Somebody may say that you are not correct. Initiate friendship. Very important. Initiate friendship. So you consider her faith background, health status, age difference. Age difference is very important. Age difference because when the age gap is too big, it tells on the marriage. When you are a guy and your woman is, let's say, 5 years older, 5 years and above older than you. No, when you get to a certain stage, it's going to be seen. You'll be seen. And you're not going to get on very well. At least 5 years, no. But if it's too wide, like 10 years, it's Charles and Princess Diana, 13 years, they were always having problems. Because when Charles is 40 years, he's thinking of investment. But maybe Diana is not. Diana is thinking about time, blowing time. And Charles thinking about investment. Because he's approaching 60. He has to invest and do something. But he's thinking about something else. He's now excited. He's not excited about many things. When a man gets to 50, his sexual libido goes down. When a woman also gets 40, it goes down. But then it peaks when she gets to 45 going. So these are all factors that you must consider, the age difference. Sometimes if the woman is older than you by a wide gap, she may always treat you as a younger brother, not as a husband. So for leadership's sake, now quickly, women you must never propose to as a man. Number one, a woman who is not born again. Number two, a woman who your spiritual parent warns you against. Number three, a woman who demands sex from you. Never opposed to that woman. The woman who has told you, please, can you have sex with me? And is demanding sex from you. You don't propose to her. Because you are heading for trouble. A woman, if you feel lustful towards her, the woman, don't propose to her. It's not love, it's lust. So when you see a woman and you feel lustful and it's there, you can feel lustful towards the woman. Sometimes it's you, the problem is from you. In fact, most of the time it's you, the person. That the woman too has a seductive spirit. But then if you are not looking and you are not, they cannot get you. So if you feel with a woman, don't propose to her because it is not love motivating you. You can easily end up having sex. Propose to a woman because of pity. Because of pity. Oh, a story. I just want to make her so that she'll be happy. Her background. So I want to marry her so that she can be happy. And this happened to her, and this happened to her, and this happened to her. So just let me marry her. No. See, you don't marry somebody out of pity. You are counseling somebody and you know the person's problem. Like maybe the person has poor background and she needs a lot of help. Help her by all means, but that's the reason for marriage. You can't go without marrying her. True or false? Yeah. So even if you marry her, the basis will not be like pity. Otherwise, you will not even truly value her. But it's somebody you can value. Somebody you say that I need you in my life. You also need me. It's not like you need me and I need you. Any man tells you that you don't marry, don't ask, because they said it's like you need me more than I need you. No, but the man must need the woman as much as the woman needs the man. So that there will be a balance. Never oppose the woman you are counseling or helping to overcome pain in a previous relationship. It's very important. You can make a mistake out of that. We're helping the person to overcome pain. The person's pain has not been healed. So if you propose to her right at that time, it's a mistake. Man who pressurizes you to marry her, don't propose to her. Think pressure on you. Marry me. Don't propose. The woman, the man who is your man must rather be chasing you. You should not be chasing a man. That means she's not your man. To see you and be chased. You see, women are to be chased. They enjoy the chase, and men are the chasers. Yes. So it should not be the other way around, that you are rather chasing him. You know, if you get him finally, you know what's going to happen? He will always keep on reminding you that it means that you came to, you were chasing me. I was not even looking at your direction. But your man, he cannot look away from your direction. He will turn away, look again, because he needs you. That is the man that you must. Okay, what about dreams, visions, and prophetic words? Speak to you through a dream, through a person. But never marry just because of a dream or because of a prophecy. It is even worse to marry because of somebody's dream or somebody's prophecy. Now, if you had the dream yourself, fine. But if somebody had a dream, then subject to scrutiny and make sure that you are also convinced, you have a confirmation. Then you can marry. He said, once God has spoken, twice have I heard it. Which means that when God speaks, we will hear it in several ways, not only one way. He speaks once, but you will hear it either through a dream and a vision. So every dream must be confirmed by either a dream, either a vision, either a counsel, either a prophetic word, or either circumstances or any other thing. Don't just base on one dream. Just one dream that you dreamt and maybe you and somebody were having a wedding doesn't mean that you are married or you must marry. Yes, because sometimes you may, like one man of God said that when he was young, he was a youth president, and one lady came and said that I had a dream and we were plucking flowers. I said, dream na take flowers. I said, those dreams, some dreams can have different interpretation. Okay, but you know how God speaks to you. You know how God speaks to you. So you must know how God speaks to you. You are convinced that God spoke to me. But the issue is that marriage is not for only one person. If God spoke to you, God should speak to the other person without you telling the person. Do you understand? If you are a guy, God has spoken to you that you will marry this lady, don't tell her. Don't go and tell her that the Lord said I should marry you. No. Don't tell her. That's how you will know whether you heard right. Let things take place. Then you can tell her that, I had this thing before I even, the Lord spoke to me about you before we even met. That's when she accepted the thing. And if we're a lady, we don't tell the man that had a dream and we were getting married. And maybe we were at a place and they were introduced as married couples and all that. Or maybe you were my husband. And sometimes dreams come from sources. Sometimes you can dream your desire. Dream your desire. So one man who is a politician, he had 3 dreams that MEP had won the election. And he's a Christian. So the thing you desire, you can actually dream it. That's why you must know how God speaks to you and you must stick to it. But don't use a dream to force somebody to accept your proposal. that because I dreamt and we were married, so we have to be married. No. Okay. Now, guys, how do you propose? You propose when, after you settle all these things, lady is your friend now, so you ask her for a date. You don't propose on the phone. Never propose through letter writing. Never propose through text message. Don't propose on Facebook. Don't propose on WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. No, social media. Don't propose. And don't propose in public. Those in the presence of a man of God. You must ask the person for a date. Take the person out on a date. Go to a place. To be the two of you, just the two of you. Because you must prove that you can stand alone with her. People take the ladies to pastors, and the lady is so intimidated, she can't say anything. So it should be, the two of you. Then you go straight to the point. No verbs, no King James English. Hey, say, I saw thee when thou comest forth, then to sound spiritual, be yourself, be normal. Tell the lady that, I've prayed about it, I've thought about it, I've, given it consideration, and I like you, and I want you to be my wife. I want to start a relationship leading towards marriage. It's simple. It's not any big thing. Simple. Propose. Expect 3 answers. Yes. No. Wait. And each of them is okay. It's okay. Yes, yeah, it's okay. Listen, sometimes you can get an immediate yes. Me, my wife said yes right there. Yes, she didn't say, I'm thinking, because we have been friends for long and she knew me. So she was, when I met her, she started asking herself, this guy, if he proposes, I want to marry him. She concluded. So when I said I proposed, 18th December 1999, at exactly 7:05 p.m. at Red Lobster Restaurant at Medina. Medina, Accra. That was where I proposed. And when I proposed, she said, what do you want me to say? I said, say yes. And she said, yes. And I said, amen. But if the woman says no, it shouldn't affect your friendship. It shouldn't affect the way you are. Because I know a man, his wife said no. And after 2 years, they came together again. So don't be discouraged when a person says no. Don't be discouraged. When he says wait, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. And the lady too, if you have gone through all that I've said, and it's like the guy, you have thought about all these things, the friendship stage, you know him very well, you are convinced that he's the one for you, and he says, he proposes, there's no need to say, let me go and think about it, let me unless maybe you are not sure, then you can say that. Otherwise, there's no need to say, let me go and think about it, and sometimes if it happens like that, it means that the person might have to look elsewhere. Because it's not true that everybody has just one person who was designed for him or her from heaven. It's not true. It's not true that you have one person who was designed for you. So that if you don't get one person, then it means that you have missed it. What about if the person dies? Would you marry again? You may marry again. So it's not that Everybody has just one person. If you miss the person, no. It is better to break a relationship than to break a marriage. But it's not good to be breaking relationships to balance. Take your time and then make the right choice. But that doesn't mean that if you realize that the choice is wrong, you can't break it. You understand? Yeah, because relationships are not recognized in heaven. It is only marriage that heaven recognizes. So relationship there is just like friendship. You didn't see the two of you as one yet until you get married. So it's broken. It's not divorce. It's not divorce. So when you see that this thing is going to kill me, pull up. Pull out. I know one man, a day to his wedding, he wanted to stop everything because been thinking about certain things, and it's like God had been telling him do several other confirmation at it, but he was still reluctant. The day to his wedding, they had a dream. The wife was actually putting a knife in his throat. Then he said, I'm stopping. They said, oh no, it's normal. It's tension, so just relax, just do it. Now the marriage is broken, and before it got broken, they fought for 5 good years. Civil war. It wasn't easy. Every fight was a heavy duty fight. Sometimes with woman, but now it's no more. Okay. Now, any questions? Okay. Now, before you say yes, ladies, something short for the ladies, because do your checks before he even proposes. As soon as you see that he's getting closer, apply your test. Pray and inform your spiritual parents about the friendship. Never, ever assume a relationship. There must be a proposal first. If the person has not said, I want to be in a relationship with you, don't assume. Don't assume that because we are close, the person likes me. No, don't assume. Sometimes there are some guys too that they will waste your time. They will not say anything, but they will also not let you go so that you'll be free for people to come close. In that case, you must ask them, are you the one who was to come? Or I should look forward to that. You must be like John the Baptist. Are you the one who was to come? Yes, so that you know. So that if he's not the one, then quickly you must separate. You must give space. So that you will not get to a point where, because I know a story, those days when Brahmako was alive, there were 2 people. One was a pastor, one was in the evangelism group. And they were close. And everybody thought they would get married. In fact, it even came from the pulpit. The pastor could even even tease them from the pulpit. Hey, Mr. Mrs. And almost everybody in the church knew that these people, because they were partners in evangelism. And they were almost always seen together. Now, it happened that the man then told the lady that, oh, I want to introduce my fiancée to you. And the lady collapsed. And she broke her neck. Yes. Because you see, what happened was that the lady assumed that as we are moving along, the man is interested in me. And so the man will marry me. But the man had never opened his mouth to tell the woman that I want to marry you. So if you don't want to be led on and disappointed, you must push the person a little bit. That, look, the way we are getting close, I don't like it. Because I want to know what are you thinking, so that I can also know how to live my life. Otherwise, you get to a point where you fall down and break your neck. It's not the guy's fault. He has not said anything. Okay. Don't accept a proposal from a man who disrespects your parents. spiritual. Beware of men who I don't respect my father. Let's go and see my pastor. Oh no no no. Oh no no no, I don't want to go. No, it means he's hiding something. Secret courtship will not help you. I mean, secret in the sense that even your spiritual parents don't know about it. It will not help. You must let them know. If the guy is not willing to meet them, start suspecting something. Because every serious person, the parent of the lady, even we are not afraid to go and meet. No, I'm coming to marry your daughter. I'm not afraid. It's crime to marry your daughter, is it? Why should I be afraid? Okay, if you receive multiple proposals, then you need to seek help. You need to inform. So then they will show you how. But you see, multiple proposals is like you yourself, you are not ready and you are not sure because you receive this one. That's like you want to keep all the three and see which one will favor you. So you are just waiting. You put the waiting list. It's like you are at the same time dating three. So you have not said no to this. You said yes undercover. Yes undercover. Yes undercover. It won't help you. There are lots, but this there are lots you have to be like preparing for marriage a lot. Hidden, she must be polished, she must build. She must never be fatherless. A woman should never be fatherless. I mean that you must always have a covering over your head. Because God told Adam, you will leave your parents, but he didn't tell Eve you will leave your parents. Because as soon as Eve leaves her parents, she goes under another father, who is no gap. So when your parents, you must look under the problem. That's why even in wedding ceremony, the bride, then he will give the bride to the groom. There's no gap from one father to another father. So as a woman, you must order in your life because you need covering. If your mother and you have daughter or a daughter, then father figures. Give them father figures. Men can serve as father figures in their life. Like, oh, this is my uncle. Maybe he's not even related to you, but he's my uncle. He's your father figure. Because the validation of a male figure, then discipline, you learn submission, you learn obedience, you learn. See, women are more attracted to their fathers. That's where they have a man. They learn how to relate to the man. They learn it from fathers or their other figures. Be fatherless, get covered. Then the beginning woman must also be polished. When you go to Exodus 30, read Exodus chapter 30, you will see the ingredients of anointing oil. It's there. Put those ingredients, pray them into your life. Pray them into your Esther 25. In Esther, with oils, oil for a period of 1 year, 12 months. Man's with myrrh, 6 months with other spices. Woman's preparation takes more time than a man's preparation. So you must start praying into your certain spices into your marriage. Like, don't wait till you are getting married. Start preparing. Give yourself wine where you are always praying into your marriage, into your life. Make me this kind of woman. Give me, the ingredients where myrrh stands for long suffering. That you have patience, long suffering. The ability to bear long to me. Do not be afraid of certain things, because sometimes marriage is not always a bed of roses. Sometimes you go through certain challenge, but then you must know that you are in the thing together. So how you can endure, pray joy in a lot of things that you are praying to. Okay. And dreams and visions with the same thing applies to women. Question time.
Daddy, please, does quality, physical quality about a guy matter when you are entering into a relationship? Two, shared, like maybe marry